Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that setup and playthrough of the game Smash Up. So, I guess my initial take, let me address components like normal. Components. My biggest frustration with this game is that it doesn't come with those base markers, those base scoring tableaus, or anything of that nature. There is really nothing that comes with the base game or anything that I've really found aftermarket other than downloading files that allows you to easily put bases on something and then keep track of them. There's not even markers that have like a little countdown or anything. So that's super frustrating in terms of components, is that that's a major oversight for a game like this, because there can be a lot happening, as you guys might have been able to tell, that sometimes there's +1 modifiers, and then as you start adding on other guys, then there's additional multipliers and modifiers. So there's a lot of things to keep track of, and each time you go back to a base after a turn, you don't want to have to sit there and add up all the points again. Now, some of you might be really quick with just glancing at the numbers and knowing off the bat what bonuses and buffs there are, but look, I had to take this crutch step, and I encourage anyone that's looking into this game to do the same. It's a quality of life upgrade that it's a simple print and go that is worth your time. So with that aside, the rest of the components, really cool, really well done. The cards are super thick and sturdy, easy to shuffle, easy to maintain, and will absolutely stand up the test of time. So you could really play this, 100 times over and be able to shuffle and draw and continue to play without worrying about an unsleeved card getting damaged. So I really appreciate that. Artwork, phenomenal. All the different decks and combinations of things to do are really neat. A lot of fun. There's, as I mentioned in the intro or at the beginning, there are some things that I've read that are more powerful combinations than others. And, well, that's okay. You could probably figure that out after enough plays to say, okay, these two things really go together and complement one another. But that's actually kind of the fun part of this game is, figuring that out. So when we play, what we like to do is we only get to pick one deck at a time, thus kind of preventing others from saying, all right, hey, I've got this ultimate combination that I really want to do every time. So we kind of go round robin and say, okay, you know what, first player, you get to pick yours first, but then next player gets to pick, but then that last player, or I guess I should say rotisserie, that last player gets to pick both decks. So we give them a sort of bonus for not being able to pick first because they then get to pick both of theirs at the same time. But then it prevents that first person from saying, yes, this is my deck. So why should you add this to your collection? Well, if you like deck builders, I don't think I've made it much of a secret that deck builders are not really in my wheelhouse. I'm not a huge fan of them. In fact, I don't care for Dominion. I know, I might lose some subscribes over that one. But this one, I really took to. I really enjoyed it. So if you like deck builders, this is definitely a good one. There's a lot of expansion packs to add and to include to really increase the replayability and add additional options out there. While you may not want to add it to your collection, the base game is a little thin. I think it only comes with 8 factions, which feels a little weak, it feels kind of light. So the fact that they kind of shove down additional decks down your throat, not really down your throat, but they're kind of expensive. Like to buy a new deck, like for example, the Cthulhu series, I think it's another like $20 or $25. So that adds up quickly. You're adding 10 more out there. Now suddenly you're $200 into one game. Is it worth $200? No, not to me. So if you can find deals on additional decks, go for it. That's really cool. Otherwise, the base game, usually on sale, it can be had for a pretty decent price. So if you like deck builders, you like the art, you like the fun, it's really neat, easy to understand and get into. So give it a go. But like I said, if you are the type that need to have everything, understand that to have everything, you're going to be spending a pretty penny on it. And that's also a mild frustration of mine, which is why I've got the big geeky box here, but I hesitate to open it because it's a little bare bones in there because I didn't include everything possible because again, it gets kind of costly, especially when it's not something that I can get to the table all the time. What else? I guess that's it. It's a really fun deck builder game, guys. And for someone who isn't a huge fan of deck builders to kind of throw my hat in the ring and give this a backing, maybe you might want to give it a second go if you don't already own it. Like I said, originally released in 2012, so something that a lot of you probably already have in your collection or have at least eyeballed once or twice. So if you're just happening upon this video and you enjoyed the content, please feel free to leave a subscribe. I do appreciate the support. If you've played Smash Up, please leave a couple of comments for me. I'd like to know your thoughts on the game, how many decks you've managed to acquire, and what you think the best combination is. I'd like to maybe give that a go. So community recommendations are always welcome. So anyway, guys, really appreciate you joining me here today. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, thanks again.